Hey, how yous doing, everybody? This is Joey G. Haven't seen everybody in a while, but I'm starting out a whole new, how do I put it? I'm just going word for word here. This isn't scripted. This is my first, show. This is Joey G, the word with Joey G. The true word. Just the word. The word with Joey G. And basically I'm just going to cover, how bad WrestleMania was, because it really sucked. Just everything about it. Even the Raw on Monday night, that sucked. That was really, the pits. It wasn't the pits, but it was, it wasn't like the Raws last year and the years before. WrestleMania was just disappointing. I wouldn't call it the worst WrestleMania. You remember we had John Cena and The Miz. We had WrestleMania 9, which wasn't that bad, but but this wasn't the worst WrestleMania, but it was up there. I beg to differ. It was in the top 5 worst. I don't care what anybody says. Roman Reigns sucks. He sucks. As a heel, he looks like he could be cool. As a heel, he has the chip on his shoulder. I could see it. He has the heel on him. You never really saw it with the Shield. You never saw it, because you always had Ambrose and Rollins doing the talking. You just had Roman sitting there, and he's still sitting there doing this. Looks like he's jacking off. You know what I mean? He sucks. He's not John Cena. The difference between Roman Reigns and John Cena is people like John Cena. I mean, not like him, they respect him. Like, I'm not a John Cena fan. Have you ever seen any of my past wacko videos from the past? I've always ripped on John Cena. He's a fruity pebble. He always is. I hate the hero. I'm a villain guy. I hate heroes. I hate guys that try to, I want to be the hero. I want to save this girl. I want to do this. Mind your fucking business. Excuse my language. I'm trying to keep this show PG, at least PG-13. I'm trying not to even smoke in front of the screen anymore. I'm really trying to make this, professional. So I'm shooting from the hip here. None of this is scripted. This is just basically my opening show. You know what I mean? The word with Joey G. And WrestleMania, from the Jericho Y2J match, which I thought would have stole the show, to the Brock Lesnar. And I'm a Brock Lesnar fan. I was a Dean Ambrose fan until about Survivor Series. And then I saw him as just what he is. He's a jobber. He's like, you can't compare him to Roddy Piper. You can't compare him to Steve Stone. You can't get Stone Cold Dean Ambrose. I saw on YouTube. Get the F out of here. Come on. Dean Ambrose ain't Brian Pillman, and Brian Pillman's one of my all-time favorites. And I'm getting more serious on this show this time, and I'm going somewhere. And I never got to say my top 5 wrestlers of all time. So this is basically a wrestling show, but I'm gonna on a lot of things. The election's coming up. Villanova, they won it all the other night. That was great. I'm a Philly cat, so that was great. I didn't watch it, to be honest with you. I flipped back and forth. I saw the buzzer beater, and I went crazy. But I was watching Raw. You know what I mean? Actually, I fell asleep, but I did see Villanova win. But my top 5 favorite wrestlers, and I'll name them from 5 on. 5, Ultimate Warrior. 4, The Rock. 3, Ric Flair. 2, Randy Savage. And number 1, and the greatest of all time, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. And for all you that don't like it, I'll just do a basic and suck it, because he is the greatest of all time. And no one is better than Shawn Michaels. No one. Not Bret Hart. And Bret Hart, that's another thing. I'm just shooting from every angle here, because I don't really have a topic. So I'm just going to tell you everything basically I'm about and what I don't like. I don't like Bret Hart. He's the biggest mark for himself in wrestling ever. I know, Sound Monster, you know what I mean? I like your shit, Sound Monster. You're great. But Bret Hart is trash, dude. He's the biggest mark for himself. I love watching his wrestling on his wrestling shows. 1992, like you say, Sound Monster, is a great year. Was probably in WWF at that time, my favorite year in professional wrestling. In WWF, not professional wrestling. Because I started with the NWA. That's what got me on. I liked the NWA. I used to see the WWF, and I liked their cartoons as a kid. I liked rock and wrestling. I used to be like, I don't want to watch the wrestling. That's fake. I got on Ric Flair in the NWA in 1984. That's what I started liking. The NWA, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, and then they all jumped to Steph Flair. They all were starting to jump to WWF, along with the AWA guys that were jumping to WWF. Like Hogan, Stud, Heenan, Mean Gene. They were all from Verne Gagne in the NWA. So, like I said, I'm the real wrestling buff. No offense to all you other cats out there, but I'm the real wrestling buff. And if you don't know, you can ask some of my buddies, what's up, Chuck? What, you know what I'm saying? They know who the real, what's up, Fran? Dan Maloney. You all know who the real wrestling buff is, okay? Sean Rooney. All my friends know who the real wrestling buff is, okay? Out of all these dudes on the internet, I'll school you all, okay? And JD from New York, you're the most realist. I mean, you keep it friggin' real. Sean's View, you're not brash. You're the yes man, Sean. That's who Sean's View Entertainment. If anybody, you know, I'm not meaning to plug them, but if I do, I do. Sean's View, you're a yes man. Yes, I like John Cena. I'll take the cock down the throat. You're a yes man. You take anything that's shoved down your throat. Yes, Roman Reigns. Superman punch. Sean's man, brash. I'm up to 5,000 subscribers. Like, dude, I said respect what you do. I respect it. I'm not knocking you, but dude, you're not the real wrestling buff. It sounds like you've only known wrestling since the John Cena era, which is, you know, and that's another thing. I hate people now in wrestling that say, oh, this PG shit's killing wrestling. Listen, wrestling was always cool. You know what I'm saying? Back to the Hogan Savage era. You know what I mean? Jake the Snake was attitude before attitude was attitude. I mean, Shawn Michaels has said that, but I'm sorry, Shawn. Jake the Snake was attitude before attitude. Brian Pillman, attitude before the... I mean, can you imagine if Brian Pillman was alive in that attitude era? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Brian Pillman's also... He's not in my top 5. Brian... I got about 30 favorite wrestlers. They were my top 5 I just named for you. You know, Shawn Michaels is my favorite. Ric Flair, I used to imitate him as a kid. You know, people that know me, that hung with me in grade school, know that's all I used to do is imitate Ric Flair. I used to always love the Horsemen until the NWO came along. And then, you know... I'm freaking 20 years old, 21 years old, marching down Wildwoods Boardwalk. My fucking head, excuse me, there I am dropping F-bombs. I'm trying to correct this. You see what I'm doing? But walking down Wildwoods Boardwalk with my head dyed blind with like 20 of my boys from Somerton with NWO shirts on, drinking fucking beer out of Pepsi cups. You know what I mean? Looking to friggin' smash somebody. But that's what the NWO was. You know, the Horsemen were like, yeah, okay, they'll jump you, but, you know, it's a little stiff beatdown. The NWO, they gave beatdowns. And, you know, when I was younger, in the late 90s, not like today with all you dudes wearing these skin-tight spandex jeans, talking about in the 90s where, you know, your dick could breathe and your ass cheeks could breathe, you know, like that. But today is just trash. Same thing, you know, I'm a big hip-hop fan, but today's music I don't even understand. Weak Mills, Lil Wayne's been around for a while. His other shit was fat. You know what I mean? And I'll get into hip hop too, but you know this is mainly a wrestling show, sports show, mainly wrestling. And like I said, I got totally off. I was going here to review WrestleMania. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But you know, just today's whole generation. It's just like you look at it like literally. I saw a black dude on a skateboard the other day. A skateboard with skin tight jeans, skin tight. I mean. Skin tight jeans. He had these gay Bobo sneakers on, a hat on like this, skin tight checkered shirt, and he skateboarded. Like, and you see all these dudes in the hood and standing around with skin tight spandex. Like, can you picture Pac? Tupac wearing that shit? Tight shirts, dudes wearing dresses. Young Plug, he's not a thug. Young Plug kissing men. What the F? WTF, man? Damn! That's some fag shit. Ah! Ugh. But back to WrestleMania, okay? I'm sorry if I offended any gippers out there, but you know, if you know what I mean, it's whatever. I'm not liberal like some of these guys. Like I said, a lot of these other wrestling sites, they're very liberal. I'm not. I'm a straight conservative. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, don't watch me. That's me. You know what I mean? I'm a conservative. I'm for Donald Trump. Yes, I am. And ain't nothing racist about it. I'm for Donald Trump. I'm for a guy that's going to make America better. He's a businessman. He ain't a politician. That's the difference. Don't vote for Hillary. Please don't. America is in no condition to have and I'm not sexist either, but even women have admitted this to me. America is not ready for a female president. They're just not. Especially her. I mean, come on. Her husband was getting his friggin' dick sucked, and she stood by him like, oh yeah, Monica Lewinsky, you know, sucked him off, but it's okay. I'll stand here like a dumb, you know, and she's a dyke. I mean, I gotta stop with the gay rants. I gotta learn to, you know, stop coming so bluntly with a lot of my stuff, because I am professional. I do got talent, and you know, yeah, I'm gonna brag my ego, you know, because I am great. You know what I mean? With this, you know, with but entertaining and being talented and knowing my wrestling. That's what I know. But I just gotta watch, the cursing because I got a foul mouth and I'm sorry, Jesus. But I'm very conservative and I have a very strong opinion and I voice it. And those that know me know I voice my opinion. And I am. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna sit there like the everyday dude and be like, okay, yeah. No, I'm gonna voice my opinion, whatever it is. But let me get back to WrestleMania real quick. All right, because this is a wrestling show. Remember, The Word with Joey G. This is a wrestling show. Okay. WrestleMania from start to finish was great. Baron Corbin, NXT also on the 8 o'clock tonight. Check it out. It's the best thing. It's better than WWE. No, it's not better than WWE. I always like WWE better. But NXT's a shot. It's the best thing on TV on Wednesday night. It's the best thing on TV right now in all of wrestling is NXT. I mean, Impact sucks. I mean, I watched that last night. You got Drew McIntyre as Drew Galloway as the champion. That's another story. Let me review WrestleMania real quick. Zack Ryder, I knew it was a one-shot deal. He was winning the Intercontinental title. I didn't know it was going to be The Miz of all people. And I am a former Miz fan. I still like The Miz, but I was very big on The Miz in 2011, 2010 when he won the title. I was going nuts. Ask my homie Mike. You know what I'm saying? I was going crazy. You know what I mean? The Miz was, one of my favorites in 2010, 2011, even 2012. But, he fell off the last couple years. He was in a pre-show at WrestleMania. I didn't think he was going to win back. I didn't think he was going to win the Intercontinental title, but he did. I knew the Zack Ryder thing was going to go out. Kevin Owens should have kept it. No doubt about it. That was a great match. The women's title, not the Divas, that was great. The women's title was great. Charlotte deserved to win. All these dick riders on Sasha. Why? Because she had Snoop Doggy Dogg with her? Why? I never heard Snoop Dogg having a cousin named Sasha Banks. That's news to me. Damn. You know what I mean? But that match... I will say, that match stole the show at WrestleMania. The women's title match stole the show. It's just all them Sasha Banks dick riders, because she was with Snoop. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Really? I mean, personally, I would like to see Becky Lynch win it. But I went to see Charlotte because Ric Flair is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, the Hell in a Cell match was great, but where was Vince? The company's on the friggin'... Well, Raw's on the line. Where's Vince? Why ain't Vince out there? He didn't make nothing. Nothing about Vince. Nothing. Shane dives off the cage, a great WrestleMania moment. Great. I mean, it'll live forever. I mean, he jumped from where Mankind fell in '98. He jumped and missed, But Shane is unbelievably... it was great to see him run Raw Monday night. I don't think it's going to be much longer. I mean, I know he's getting good pay for this, but it's not going to be much longer. I know that. He's only in there, I think, for a pay. Everybody knows that WrestleMania was supposed to be Taker and John Cena. I don't know, it was supposed to be Hell in a Cell, but it was supposed to be Taker and John Cena. But just everything. And Roman Reigns to the end, winning the title. I thought he would have turned heel. Dean versus Brock was the biggest disappointment. I mean, come on, Dean. And it was Dean's choice. I heard that on PWI Insider. I heard that on the Dave Meltzer report. Dean did not want that match to go hardcore. They said, do you want this to go like the Edge Mick Foley WrestleMania 22 match? Do you want this to get, Vince was willing to let it go. I don't know about blood and all that, but he was willing to let it go crazy. Dean Ambrose said no. And in a way, maybe Dean's right, because you want to get in there and get crazy with Brock Lesnar, you might end up fucking dead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to drop F-bombs. Well, what do you call it? I'm really trying to watch my language, because I want to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make something, you know what I mean? I got something here and I want to make it, you know what I mean? But whoever don't like it, I don't care. But WrestleMania, it wasn't one of the best WrestleManias. It was one of the worst. And I hate when people say it wasn't one of the best, but it wasn't one of the worst. It was one of the worst. It was one of the worst WrestleManias. Yes, it was. It was in the top 5 worst. Yes, it was. It was bad. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. When was the first? When John Cena was there, he didn't wrestle. Eric Rowan versus The Rock. I mean, they had to exhort to that. Why didn't they put Bray in there with The Rock? You know what I mean? Bray deserves it. I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan. You know what I mean? Not even a big. He's got talent. Another guy that's got talent, he's just sitting there. Didn't even have a match at WrestleMania. Okay, he got a little with The Rock, but I mean, it seems that they had a chance to capitalize on something big, on a big storyline. They could have swerved us, that Shane with Vince, just like they did with Deadly Game Survivor Series '98, and have everybody with Roman, and he's the chosen one, because we all know that's who Vince wants. That's Vince's chosen one, Roman. So why not play it out on TV like he did Mr. McMahon? They had so many missed opportunities at WrestleMania 32 at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, and they didn't capitalize on it. But there are signs of Roman turning heel. So, you know me, I love the bad guy, so I hope he turns heel. But this was my test show. This is Joey G, The Word with Joey G. How it went on and on and on. WrestleMania 32 sucked. Catch me for my next show. I'll be on What's up, everybody? I'm out. Peace.